Call me Neoblade. This is the staircase Protoss step 1. The first video, not the introduction, but the first video. And you can play versus the AI. You can play unranked. You can play ranked. You can play 4v4, 3v3. I have problems saying that 3v3. German accent, I apologize for my bad English. 2v2, 1v1. 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, 1v1. Whatever you like is the best for you, but you should play against real opponents. Real human opponents. And someday you have to switch to 1v1 and press play. It's important. The first rule is you may not mine gas. You may not look at your army outside your base is the second rule. First rule, you may not mine gas. Second rule, you may not look at your army outside your base. Important. And the most important rule for all 7 steps of the staircase the most important rule is everything which is not forbidden is allowed. Everything which is not forbidden is allowed. Which means you can play proxy gates if you want to. You can play Nexus first. You can play pylon gate, pylon Nexus. Whatever you choose. If you see your opponent is not protecting his buildings, is not protecting it's not building any army, you can play cannon rush. If a Zerg goes triple edge before pool, you can cannon rush. Everything which is not forbidden is allowed. And now I will show you some build orders you can play. You are allowed to play pylon, gate pylon, Nexus, and hidden Nexus or third Nexus. Whatever you like. Nexus, Nexus, Nexus. You can play gate, gate, gate into Nexus. Again, I built pylon, gate, gate into proxy gates. No problem. But let me remind you, you should try to always build probes. Probes and pylons, probes and pylons. And you should be ready to get flamed by your opponent. If you beat him with macro, pure macro, you will be flamed with noob, zealots only. You will be flamed if you play proxy gates. You always be flamed because the people out there think the staircase should not work, because it would not work at a pro gaming level. But this is the most important thing about the staircase. You do not need to grind your first pro build order 40 times, 50 times against the computer AI before you can go to the ladder. You can ladder right away. You can play 1v1 right away or 4v4. Be creative. If you do not know what you want to play, just play Nexus first or pylon gate, pylon Nexus. If you are unsure what to play, play pylon gate, pylon Nexus. Remember always to build probes and pylons, and if you have the money, zealots. We need a pylon right now. In bronze and silver, I would suggest you always put 3 probes into your queue. We build a pylon here. We found the opponent. You can scout, it's no problem. It's not against the rules to scout. And our second nexus is ready, so we'll build probes and pylons, probes and pylons. Watch the saturation. This is your build order. It's not a perfect build order, but it will do for bronze and silver. You can scout, and we build probes and pylons again. And I think this wraps it out. I would suggest playing Nexus first. You can find build orders like that in the Liquipedia or in the internet, or Google it, whatever you like. But if you're unsure and you want to have zealots, you can play this build order, because this build order will have zealots early on. Probes and pylons, probes and pylons. And if you have the money, you build additional gateways. I made a mistake. Please remember to probes and pylons. I missed the probe there, very bad. Probes and pylons, probes and pylons. I made a misclick again. I do not use camera hotkeys. And if you saturate it here, you build your third nexus. You should not get overmins. Again, I did not use camera locations. Camera location, camera location, camera location.
You must construct additional pylons.
And I'm supply blocked. So, you see, very bad play by me. I just wanted to show you.
You must construct additional pylons.
You learned your first build order. So, build orders are not that important in the staircase. You can choose whatever you like. You can switch your build orders if you see Nexus first won't work in PvZ, or in PvP. Pro gamers play Nexus first, but perhaps you have problems with it, so you want to change it. It doesn't matter, but if you found a solid build order for yourself, please stick to it, because repetition is very important. We're now in the next part. You open your favorite map. You search for an extension mod and type Neoschool Game HUD, create game. This will tell you how you macro, how your SQ, how your money is spent, what an SQ you have. I apologize for my bad English, I'm a little bit nervous. Economic focus. Very easy. Protoss economic focus. Protoss, because you can scout him, very nice. Because you can run away from a zealot, or the zealot cannot catch you if you micro your probe, very good. And this is a training for hotkeys. Sorry, cameras, hotkeys, and control groups. You put your nexus on a control group. Which control group you choose is whatever you like. I will make it a little bit slower, the game, so I can talk, because I'm not used playing and talking. It's very difficult for me. We play nexus first. You've seen pylon gate, pylon nexus. Okay, but probe shouldn't move out that early. Again, there are some people build the nexus at 16, some at 17, some at 18. do whatever you like. I forgot the camera locations. Click on the minimap if you do not have the camera location and test it. It works. Camera location, build a Nexus. The Neoschool mod will watch if you get supply blocked. Your SQ is calculated. It's not as accurate as it would be in GGtracker or se2replaystats.com. Both Nexus on a hotkey. Build your first gate. I forgot to scout. We scout now. Probes and pylons, probes and pylons. Gate on a hotkey. Camera location. Like this. I will make a different camera location now. Again, we have it. Gate is not ready. And when you found your opponent, this is just a demo, this is just an exercise to train cameras, hotkeys and control groups. We should build the next gate, we should build the next pylon, because I don't know when my Nexus is finished. It's finished almost now. Camera location. And you have to build stuff without watching your gates. People tend to click on the buildings, which is very bad. Or they are scouting on the minimap and then they want to build a zealot and they jump back and watch if the zealots is built. This is rubbish. This is garbage. You can build zealots using control groups and hotkeys. And I forgot probes. I will build the next gate. And again, I think we found the opponent, and then I want you to build like that. In the first matchup, in the first tests, you build stuff like that. You move to your probe, scout with it. You can use shift hotkeys, shift Q. We need another pylon and another, and we need another Nexus. And when you scout, you should not use the Q for SCVs, for zealots that heavily. And I lost the probe, but I think you got the concept, and we should build another Nexus.
You have not enough minerals. We stand as one.
You should always put your a control group for your army and A move with the minimap. Select one, A move minimap. Since the opponent is above us, I will build cannons here, and I will put my rally point here for my troops. You see, I do not watch my gates. Perhaps we will die to supply block.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. We embrace the glory of iron.
Again, A move via the minimap. additional gates. A move, minimap. We take a look at our saturation. Okay. I would suggest you make 18 per base. Try to put all gates into a control group before they are finished. A move minimap. And we take a look at this base. This is highly saturated. So we are saturated on, if you wanna make it with 16 workers, it's okay too. And we're saturated here, so we can stop building production, and you see my minerals are getting too high because I do not build enough zealots. And this will kill you, so please try this, use cameras, use hotkeys and use control groups. You see how it can be done. Perhaps you could use a 2-player map because you can scout a little bit better and use hotkeys and control groups while you are scouting your opponent. But you see, talking and playing is very difficult, so if you want to see a better example where I cast a replay of mine, it's okay too. But this will wrap it up for this episode. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.